I want to know about this. So I watched your last one, big win. What the fuck's that?
I have no idea, but we also don't have the
Right there. I mean, how did that just
See, that's what you get from this show. You know what the hell's going on? So watch your last fight, but everyone. So the one before that, you fought the same guy, right?
Yeah.
And everyone's like, "Oh, he cheap shot you." Everyone was kind of saying like, "Oh, you shouldn't celebrate or whatever." I was like, he did something illegal.
Yeah.
Which you can't do. You fucking won. And then the second time you fight him, you won. So what do you have to say to these people now?
Tell them to suck it.
That's my guy.
That's
I was
it.
gonna like you.
Freaking 0-2, baby. If you want 0-3, you could get that next two.
You want to keep fighting? I'll still keep beating you. You know what I mean?
Someone said Jan beats you 8 out of 10 times. I'm like, oh my god, now this, really?
Let me tell you something. See, I deal with the same thing. A lot of people tell me it's like, oh, you're not gonna do this. Well, I just did it. Like, well, shut the fuck up. I just beat you twice. How can you keep telling me that? Because I also like the first one where it was an illegal knee, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like, if I did that, if I could do that, I would have beat him too. But you can't do it. Why wouldn't you celebrate it?
Yeah, and it wasn't even all that for me. It was more so my friends and family that all flew out to Vegas to come hang out with me, watch the fight, spend all this money. They're in my house. I can't kick them out and tell them, hey guys, I didn't win the way I wanted to, so you guys got to go.
Yeah.
You know, so everyone was there and they were taking pictures. They pulled the belt out. I didn't even know the belt was at the house. It just showed up and I was like, oh shit, the belt's here. And I was like, wow, that actually happened. That wasn't like a made up dream. So yeah, it is what it is. I wasn't the one posting the pictures, my friends were, and somehow I became the bad guy, and I was like, all right, we're just going to take this and run with it.
That's what, that was my next question. You're the bad guy now, or it's like, all right, I feel like that's what you got to just go with it. People that know you.
Yeah.
That's all that really matters. If you want to be the bad guy, suck it.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I had to get the MMA for Dummies, the rule book. I had to do that. I had to get the Jacksonville Jaguar helmet. We were on the press conference down there as well. You know, just taking it in stride and having fun with it. But that's really it, man. This is such a serious sport. It's like to be serious all the time when you got to be serious in there for 15 or 25 minutes. That's more than enough time to be serious. Like everything else, you kind of just have a good time, try to loosen up. And for me, that's just my personality anyway. So it's like I don't even got to try to do anything like that.
It's kind of fun being the bad guy sometimes too.
It is, but I will say it is a lot of work as well because you got to think about like new material. I feel like a stand-up comedian sometimes. Like I got to really come up with new stuff. Can't keep recycling the same jokes, but
like how can I piss people off today?
Exactly.
Like, how can I do that?
Yeah, like I even made this shirt. You know, part-time actor, full-time champ.
I didn't realize. That's a sick shirt.
Yeah.
Are those on sale?
These are on sale. AljamainStone.com.
I'm buying it. That's a
You
sick
need one
shirt.
now.
Yeah, I need one of those because that's what people think I'm acting all the time. It's like I'm far too dumb to act. I can't do that all the time. So who did you just call out?
TJ Needleshaw.
I mean, so what is that? What goes into that? You think you could just be Needle Shaw? Is that
No, you just flew
That's
right
not
over
how you
your
say
head.
it. When it's over, it said I knew it
I was
immediately.
like, man, that's a weird ass last name.
As soon as he said it, I'm like,
Yeah,
he missed it
just
completely.
locked eye contact.
You knew I was going way
Yeah.
over.
I was like, I'm going to wait until you pick
Wait,
up
why
on it.
is
I'm
it
like,
the Needle Shaw though? It's TJ Dillashaw. Why do you call him Needle Shaw?
Oh, because he.
That's
Like a needle dick?
We get it.
it's like, it's just,
Well,
he warned you about this.
no,
This is what the
there's
show's
three
like.
morons right
Yeah,
now.
when we have guests on the show, like warning, they are very slow. We
Yeah.
gotta slow everything down.
I like
for them.
asked what the joke was and then I figured it out myself.
So you think like what goes into a call out? Because he's like what? He's kind of on top as well, and you just said like I know I could beat the shit out of that guy.
No, not really. I mean, for me, it's more so about merit. But if we're going strictly by merit, it should be Jose Aldo. But I think TJ is actually ranked higher than him right now. So that's the biggest name I think in the division right now in terms of what he has done in the weight class. And I think for him to have lost the belt because he popped for EPO when he fought Henry Cejudo trying to get down to 25, along with all the other shit he's done in the past. That's the fight people want to see. So if that's the fight they want to see, I'm going to call his ass out and show everybody that, you know, I'm about it.
I wish I could be cool. I wish I could fight. I everyone that's a fighter, I always tell. I did in here we have this thing called Rough and Rowdy. So say like we work together. I don't like him. I
Yeah.
can call him out and we have a boxing match on pay-per-view. So,
Oh, really?
So
Yeah.
a guy thought
We're thinking about it.
he could do my job like 2 years ago, and he called me out and we fought. And I won, so I'm 1-0. So I'm
Nice,
I have a
nice.
better record than you.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
have, what are you, like 21-3 or something?
Yeah, I got a losing
that
percentage
actu-
right now.
Was that actually the number?
Yeah, that was correct.
Holy shit, that was pretty good.
And you're
right
two
there.
Long Island guys. Long Island people know how to
Yeah,
fight.
Long,
Yeah.
Long Island's the
I'm
best
telling
fighters.
you, Long Island I think is like probably one of the best spots wrestling wise. So
I think so.
Yeah, so I think
That
that, with
wrestling is
MMA,
huge,
like you see
yeah.
with Weidman, you like, I think that it could be a hot spot for MMA fighters coming up.
It is. The only thing is, it's so freaking expensive. So that's what people like. They want to come here and train, and they see how much it costs for like a little cubicle.
Yep.
And like, yeah, this is. I don't know if this is gonna work out. I think I'm gonna go to Florida or Vegas or something. You know, so it's tough, man. Like here in California, like the gyms. There's not it's not, like our gym is small. We don't have like we don't recruit, we don't bring other people in type of thing. It's a small gym. Everyone's homegrown, and it's crazy to see that this small island has produced 3 champions, all underdogs, and the same head coach. You know, which is wild.
Yeah, that is actually pretty sick.
Ray Longo?
Ray Longo, yeah.
Yeah. This guy Ray Longo, he trains like literally in my backyard, and you hear stories about like my friends being like, "Oh, I'm gonna train at Ray Longo." They go for like 6 months, you never hear from them again. You're like, "Are you still going to Ray Longo?" They're like, actually, like I tore something, I'm not going anymore. But
Yeah,
he's with
that's
Weidman now, right?
Well, Weidman moved to. So we both moved. I bought a house in Vegas. He bought a house in South Carolina.
Okay.
So we'd come back and forth and
Cool.
do our training camps back home.
Yeah, you don't want to. You got some money. You don't want to stay on Long Island.
I want to save that money, you know. So
Yeah,
switch
save
my
it.
Don't know where
primary.
Long Island.
You can buy. There's a shitty house in Long Island. It's like $700,000. You know, it's like
Yeah.
a fixer upper.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And you get like a mansion over in Vegas. I might buy something else in Texas because my fiance's got some family over there now, over in Dallas.
No
so.
state income
Yeah.
tax.
I was just in
Exactly.
Dallas, great city.
Those are the best places. I fought there once, and I was like, I could see myself living here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it like so? A lot of people say that they don't really sometimes want to fight at MSG because of like the income tax and like how crazy the tax will be when you win.
Yeah, and it's like 6.5 or 7% that you pay to New York State. So
Yeah.
it's a lot.
And with you, so we had.
And where does the money go?
That's what I'm saying.
about to
They're
say
man.
still
same
fixing
thing.
the Tappan Zee Bridge. Bro. God knows how long. Like, what the hell? Where's this money going?
When that bridge blew up, that was one of the craziest days. I swear to God, I saw
was.
it blow up live. Yeah.
But it's like where
Or
is all that
Sunbridge.
money going to?
no idea.
Everyone that lives here. It's
I want to go to
No.
Staten Island sometimes, maybe.
Yeah.
Right.
Think about it.
Yeah.
But I can't because that
You
bridge
always
is
think
insane.
about it, but then you're like, we have Terry, who's usually on the show, is from Staten Island. You're like, you think about going? I was like, I don't
Yeah,
wanna
it's
go
a
there.
journey.
Yeah, it's a journey. It shouldn't even be part of New York. It really should be its own island. Long Island's a real island in New York.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a fact.
I love when he tries making fun of us. He's like, "Oh, you guys are Long Island trash bags." I'm like,
Look out the
Yeah,
trash
but
Yeah,
bag.
like-
you're a Staten rat. That's
Yeah.
what you are every time, bro. So the biggest fallback a lot of people get of the UFC is the money, right? Because
Yeah.
we have Patty the Batty. He's works pretty much with Barstool.
Oh.
Yeah, like we
How the hell did
sponsor
he
him.
get that gig? Like,
He
how do I get a job? How do I get a job? Who do I talk to?
you got to get
Hey,
a British accent.
right now.
You
Yeah.
get a
Yeah,
British
clip
accent
it.
and have the funniest rant.
I think we can, because we have, so our UFC fighters are
Molly Meatball.
Molly Meatball, and Patty. Because
Okay.
Patty's kind of just up and coming, I guess, and he also, we don't know what the fuck he says half the time anyway. He's saying
Scouser.
Scouser, yeah. But he was talking about his last fight because he was kind of saying like a lot of people came to see him fight.
Yeah, so
And
a lot of people did.
Like most of the people did, and he wasn't the main card. And if he lost, he would have got $12,000.
Yeah.
Which is like when I fought for Barstool was the same amount.
Yeah.
So that's not good.
Yeah,
So that's
yeah.
what he's open about it, but he also knows that it does put you on for like different like sponsors, and you could get you different money other way. But like, what do you say to those people about the money?
First, I definitely want to say my teammate actually wants to fight him, another Long Island guy from Huntington.
All right.
Steamroller.
Okay.
He wants to fight the baddie. I think that actually be a really fun fight.
Steamroller versus Patty. Maybe Mush the Lines host it.
Yeah. Yeah,
But,
well, the Long Island accent versus the British accent would be
Yeah.
wild.
That'd be pretty good. But I will say, I look at the UFC in terms of promotion and financial pay in two different ways. Because I was the same way. I came in 4-0. I was a teacher certified, and I would have made more money had I gone that route in the time that I had those 4 fights. So I looked at it like where's the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow? Oh, there he is.
Wait, dude. That.
See what I tell you about
This
this,
is-
show?
this
You could
Yeah.
use the mic, stand up. You deserve to. No, you
take
sit.
it.
No,
No,
You
He
deserve, I don't
deserves to
deserve a
stand
seat.
up. Yeah.
I don't deserve a seat.
That's so funny.
I'm sorry. You know, it's the
Scared the shit out of
I've
me.
been dealing with this. This will be the 7th month with NJ Transit. It gets worse and worse every day.
I'm not built for that lifestyle, man.
He's from Long Island, so we
okay,
have
you
the
kinda understand.
LIRR is
Yeah.
a little better though.
Yeah, it's
Just come straight here.
Yeah, straight.
yeah, it's tough. You know. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
Anybody who says you didn't win round 1, it's bullshit. You did.
Yeah,
You did.
I agree.
No, you did. Honestly, I'm
Hey,
being honest.
we said that. We
I
said
had you by submission. That's why when you had him in the 2nd and 3rd, I was like, oh shit, he's gonna get it.
Yeah, I thought so too.
And it was big odds too.
I'm surprised he actually survived. They were like, there's no way how he submits Jan. That last fight, he was tossing him all over the place. I'm like, okay, we'll see.
I had to ask a question about your ears. Your ears look normal.
Well, this one I got cauliflower.
Yeah, but everyone else's we've interviewed is like it's like you can't even see the inside of their ear. You look like you're normal.
Listen, I try to protect myself at all times. Bob and weave, baby. Head movement, head movement, head movement.
What's and a big thing I always ask you when you're walking out, right? Are you more relaxed or are you like focused in like I'm gonna fucking kill this guy?
I'm more relaxed, man. I think there's a certain amount of tunnel vision that you do want to have. But I'm very aware of like the fans, the crowd. Like even this last one, I saw my fiance and my a couple of my best friends and my mom. I'm
So
over there looking
that
over
helps.
like, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
And like I'm in tune because I think that sometimes you make it bigger than what it is. It's a freaking fight. Just a lot of people watching.
Yep.
So you got to try to channel and handle those nerves the right way because if you make it too big, sometimes you'll freeze up or you don't do the things that you want to do.
Yeah.
And I think that's the biggest problem that a lot of people have when it comes to like, I don't want to say adversity, but that spotlight moment. For me, I feel like, man, this is for me. I'm the main event. I'm the main attraction. I'm here to show out, have some fun. And you still got to remember, it is a fist fight, and you can get separated from your consciousness in front of all those people as well. So it's a little bit of a balance. You know, still want to be sharp, alert. And I think when you have those nerves, it helps your fighting instincts heighten.
Yeah.
You know, you react faster. Your reaction time, your the way you pull the trigger, your adrenaline.
The adrenaline's probably the hardest thing to calm down a little bit.
And even the durability, like when someone hits you to the body, you're able to take that shot better than if you were just in the gym and someone just hit you to the stomach. You're probably like, okay, I need a little bit of a break.
Yeah.
And this, you're like everything just heightens.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so you got to have that fight or flight, and at the same time, you got to be prepared to go those rounds.
It's got to be a little crazy too that you're the main event. Like people are coming to see you, and
Yeah.
which is a little nuts. And this could be completely wrong, but we looked up. You met John Jones,
Yeah, my freshman year in college.
and that's when you were kind of like, I want to do this, or
Yeah, because he was posting videos of him choking these fools out, and I'm like, dude, what the hell is that? Like, I've seen it on TV, but I never knew like there was a path to doing that. I thought like you just get like a call, maybe it was like Shang Tsung's tournament in Mortal Kombat or something. Like you get the invite. Yeah, but I saw him there. I saw him doing stuff, and I hit him up on MySpace, and I was like, yo, bro, like I think,
MySpace?
yeah, it's like, yo, I think I could be good at this. And he thought I was joking when I said I was gonna come down, and I showed up, and I had never stopped ever since then. I was a full-time fighter in college while I was a full-time student, you know. So that was tough in itself, but I had a vision, like I had a goal of like what I wanted to do. I'm like, this is the time to do it while I have these refund checks. I have these student loans. I'm like, I'm living in college and everything's kind of paid for, and I can keep my costs down to a bare minimum, and all I have to do is just kind of go to the gym and see where this takes me, and if it gets to the point where I do well, and continue. If not, I still got my degree and I can fall back on that. So
I think
it worked out.
Yeah, I think it worked out.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
I'd say so. I'd say that worked out.
Yeah, like I see my friends, they're going to party, like, yo, come to Two First. I'm like, nah, I got to go run the hills right now.
Yeah.
And yeah, because it was just like, what are you doing? Like, no one really got it back
That's
then.
what I was gonna say. Like when you came to, like class and like you kind of like beat up a little bit, you got gashes probably all over. You're like, what the fuck? Are you all right?
Well, thankfully, I never had a bruise on my face.
That's good.
Maybe one fight. I think it was my 5th pro fight or 6th. But I never had any like bruises or anything while I was a college student. Like I kind of just so no one really believed that I fought. So it's just like you don't fight. Like I'm
it's
telling
all
you, come to Atlantic
bullshit.
City, I'm fighting. I'm serious.
We don't see anything on you. Like, you don't fight. It's like,
Yeah,
yeah, because I'm fucking winning.
Yeah.
Like, let's
get
try
it
to
to
keep
me.
it like that. But I did want to say,
Come on, at work. Sorry.
I did want to say like with the fighter pay thing, I think with the UFC you have to make it work for you in the sense of you got to look at it for what it is. Like fighter pay is probably not going to change substantially overnight. So I do think it is the mecca of we are the pinnacle top premier organization. I think there's definitely more room that I think we could get in terms of sprinkling more around for the introductionary fighters like a Paddy Pimblett who's on his first contract. I think a starting base of maybe 30 and 30 or 25 and 25.
Yeah,
This way
for
you
sure.
can take a gamble on
Yes.
quitting your job and actually giving it a legitimate shot. Like most guys who are coming in debuting, they aren't selling that much tickets. So I get the business side of it, but you have the platform, which is huge. So for me, I'm like, okay, I can't fight the UFC on this.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna win that battle. I can't say, hey, you should pay me more. No, thank you. Come again. Like, you know,
Yeah,
so
keep
that's
fighting.
just keep fighting, keep winning. So that's the way I kind of look at it. And at the same time, using the momentum of the fight, building up to it. Afterwards, hopefully you win, and trying to catapult that into something else. And I think that's the best way to do it because, again, we're not changing this overnight. And I think you kind of got to assess the situation for what it is and try to use it and get, make sure the juice is worth the squeeze and getting as much. Like some people don't like doing social media.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Which is like
that's
it's-
like probably 90% of your job.
Exactly. It's entertainment.
Yeah.
Like, what's going to make people want to tune in to watch you? What sets you apart from all the other fighters that they can find? And I get that aspect of it. So for me, I get both sides. Obviously, I'm the fighter, so I want to get paid more. But I feel like I paid my dues. And I think that's really what it is. So for me, I just try to use it as a layup into other things and try to open up other doors, kick them shits open.
And that's what, like you said, because he's a big UFC guy. Like he loves the fighting. I'm like a casual,
Yeah.
So, but I know you because of social media. And
That's
like,
good. I'm
I've
doing my
seen-
job.
Yeah. So it's like I will watch you because I'm I know that guy. He's talking all that crazy shit and doing that. Which it's like other people are just like, oh, I'm a fighter. They'll watch me because I'm good at fighting. Be honest, no. People will.
Yeah.
For sure, but that also brings me to the next question that's probably so annoying. Jake Paul, how do you feel about all that shit where he's like getting paid millions and millions and you're like an actual fighter?
Is that verified how much he's actually getting paid?
So that's what I always feel like too.
People say. A lot of people say that.
A lot of people say like, is he actually getting paid 100 mil or 50 mil or whatever he says he gets,
I mean, anything in the millions is a win.
Yeah,
If you
yeah,
ask
if
me,
you
it's
want.
more than any check I've cleared in one night for a fist fight, But I love what he's doing. I think he's making the issue more of a like front page kind of
Yeah.
thing, like for everyone to kind of see and peeling back the layers. And I think he's doing it very aggressively, but I do think if he were to sit down with Dana, I think and maybe not like for everybody, but I do think there is something type of like a conversation that could be had, or maybe him even competing within the UFC. But that's a different conversation. But I like what he's doing. I think he's making everything aware. He's actually training, so I can respect that. If he wasn't training and just going out there and just making a mockery of the sport, that would annoy me.
Yeah.
But he's pro fighter, and I love that about it. As long as we're not in the same weight class, he ain't calling me out, we're all good. Until he starts calling me out, then we have a problem.
See, that's what I like. That's a good answer because like it's just like because a lot of people are just so like stuck like, oh, I'm a fighter, like he's not, this is bullshit. It's like, well, he's kind of using his platform, and like he's also winning.
And he is fighting. Well, he is fighting smaller guys.
But don't
He's trying to fight Bisping next.
Yeah, and he knows what he's doing. He
But
knows
don't
what
like
he's doing.
UFC fighters do that too? When you first start, you kind of want to start like you want to start taking smaller guys so you do get those
I
wind
think
under
even
your belt,
like
right?
people, I was thinking about that today. Like you look at all like boxers like Gervonta Davis, Ryan Garcia.
Yeah.
They fight nobodies, bro. Their first 15, 20 fights.
Because they want to get that record of like 15
like,
and 0 or whatever.
For people to get mad at Jake Paul for like calling out these people, I mean, look what the boxers do, man. Look what they do. I mean, he's kind of doing the same thing, you know. He's just promoting it a different way, and hey, he's making his money, so you got to respect it.
I mean, like Logan Paul had Dana White on. He was like, "Would you sign me?" Like Dana probably would sign him, but UFC to boxing, I feel like is like a 10x.
Yeah,
it's like a little much.
Yeah, I think Jake Paul would have a very hard time going in the octagon.
Yes, because that's just because obviously it's just punching pretty much in boxing. Then
I mean, they brought in CM Punk, and Jake Paul actually knows how to. They actually know how to wrestle.
That's also
not like at a super high level, but
they were college wrestlers.
No, I don't think college. I think just high school, maybe even middle school.
They were high school.
But they're athletes. You know what I mean? And I think that's the difference. They are actually athletic, and they kind of get the sport a little bit. I don't think they'll be that lost. But you can't throw them into a top 15, top 10. They will get crushed.
They get smoked.
And guys, their actual weight class, you know.
Yeah.
So it's a different fight. Like Logan fighting Mayweather is a complete joke.
Yes,
but
that's a joke.
People are saying like, oh, he carried him. I'm like, dude, that's a big guy. If he connects on Mayweather, like Mayweather could go night. Like, let's not forget physics is a real thing.
Right.
You know,
like, there's a reason why there's a weight class.
Exactly. Like he might not throw the best punch, but if he connects, that's a lot of body weight and a lot of torque and velocity going into that brain and just shaking those brain cells up.
Yeah.
Like, hello, wake up, or night. You know what I mean? So I would like to see them fight in the UFC. I think it'd be great. I want to fight in that card if they do.
Yeah. Exactly.
So Dana, let's make it happen.
Do you think trilogy is 100% going to happen? You think?
With who?
You and Jan?
Oh, he's on too.
No.
Maybe at some point. I said trilogy 2023. We'll see. Because I think he's a tough dude. I think he'll battle his way back, and he'll be like a win or two away. So we'll see.
Yeah, maybe he gets one under his belt and then comes fights you again.
Yeah, maybe two.
What do you think about?
Yeah, you don't think he's worth it right now because you beat him twice.
I've thought about that, man, for 24 months. I'm okay.
Yeah.
I am good on that. Like, give me a break.
It's true.
Yeah, so I would like to see a different face so I could build up a different storyline and make some money fighting somebody else. And the fight's always going to be there. It's kind of like the McGregor-Nate Diaz thing. The fight's always going to be there.
Yeah.
And people are always going to want to see that because you still got people who's not convinced, which I don't get it. You can't go from Jan by murder and by decapitation and anything he wants to he won the first round by a couple of strikes but by moving forward. Even though I outstruck him.
Like, I don't know, Marty's like not the biggest UFC guy, but like honestly, I'd say probably, no joke, probably 85% of the public thought he was gonna lose.
Yeah.
They not just lose, but get murdered.
Yeah, get knocked out like first 2 rounds done.
Why is that though? I don't get why they think.
They just think Peter Yan's striking would just be too much for him, and just like they don't understand like.
And the first fight, I get why, and if you're not like a diehard, you don't really understand what you're looking at. No, that's fair.
And I also think they didn't think you'd be able to control him like you did on the ground.
Yeah, I mean, I could do that to anybody.
Yeah.
I do that to 55ers, you know, and even 70-pounders, you know. So for me, it's like I'm super confident when I get the fight to the ground at any position, grappling wise. So it is what it is. Like I knew it all along. I just needed an opportunity to show it. And the first fight, me botching that entire training camp was completely my fault. Jan should have played it legal. He would have been done with me, and he would have looked like a god. And unfortunately for him, he blew it, and he got the fight that he should have had the first time.
Yeah.
How much you weigh?
I should be under one.
Let him put you in a body triangle.
That's what I was going to
Marty.
say. How fast do you think you could take me down?
How fast? I mean, are you running? Are you engaging?
In an octagon. In an octagon.
I don't want to engage too much.
So why don't you just let him put you in a body triangle, see if you can get out like he had Jan in.
What do you mean
It's
a
like
body
his
triangle?
leg is
How about he
right-
shows it on you real fast? Show it on him real fast.
I'm not gonna be able to get out.
I can't either. So if I was in an octagon with you, right?
Yeah.
I'm allowed to run. I could try and smack you away.
Yeah.
How fast do you think you could get me down?
5 seconds.
I think under 30, I think I could do it.
I think it'd be under 10.
I had it.
Well, it
10.
depends on how fast you can run.
I'm pretty fast. I'm long at least. I could probably like maybe get away from you for a second.
Yeah. So I would have to get in with a clean shot.
So if you ever train on Long Island, can I come in the ring and just see how fast you could do it? No punching me though.
Yeah, we could I think we could do that.
All right.
I think that'd be some good content.
I think it'd be great content. All right,
Do you watch college wrestling?
Here and there. I mostly watch the national tournament though.
Okay. You're familiar with RBY?
RBY. We actually wrestled.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I did a little video for him on my podcast. And we went on the mat and wrestled. And he's I'm about, I think, about 70 pounds bigger than him.
Yeah.
And he just destroyed.
He's so fast.
Yeah.
He's so fast.
Impossible to get. You know what I mean? He's so athletic. He's so quick.
I did throw him though.
You did.
Yeah. So for me, that's a win. I lost, but for me, that's a win.
Just a win.
Like, you're on the national ladder, kid. But nah, he's a stud, man.
Yeah,
he's got some big things ahead of him. I was also bigger. They made me weigh in at 150. But I didn't get to wrestle for that. That's why I was kind of upset, because my neck was jacked up. And I was going to pull out of the fight, but then Jan pulled out of the fight first. And I didn't get to do no real wrestling before that matchup. But it was fun to do it. Just
I think
to
he's
get out
training now. I think he's going to make the jump to MMA.
Yeah, it'd be cool to work
is.
with him. He's flaked on me twice for training, like no call, no show. I didn't like that. I thought that was a little bit, and I have no problem saying that. Like, I'm not like trying to shit on him, but I do think if he's gonna be working with other people of higher stature, there's a respect factor.
Of
Like,
course,
I know who you are and what you've done, but if you can't come into my realm and then no call, no show me, like, that's really
it's not right.
that's just like, is that your MO kind of thing? I don't know. But we hung out twice. He was cool, a good guy. But 2 times we were supposed to train, and I'm like getting ready, and he doesn't show, no call, no show. I'm like, dude, that's kind of crazy to do that.
Right.
Like,
So I
I'm
broke
the
his
champ.
balls about it. He sent me a text about, hey man, what you doing for training today? And I broke his balls. I wasn't even in Vegas, and it was like, I think I said something along the lines of like, yeah, sorry man, you no call, no show me. I can't, something like that. Just kind of like giving him shit, but jokingly, but at the same time, like, yeah, I'm kind of serious. Like, you shouldn't be doing that.
1,000%.
Not to just me, like just to anybody, because I would never do that. You know.
Right.
No.
But
And
whatever.
Do you
especially
bring
when
in
you don't.
guys like who did you bring in to train with for this Peter Yan fight?
I brought in Adrian Yanez twice. So I brought him out the first time for the October fight, and still the same thing. My conditioning just wasn't where it should have been, and then I brought him out for a week again for this last one back in like the beginning of the end of February, the beginning of March. Just so I could be in a little bit better shape and I could get some really good work in. So I would do the first 3 rounds with him sparring, and then I would do the last 2 with Marab.
Okay.
So I got that maniac coming after me when he's fresh as a daisy after I did 3 rounds with this guy. So that was fun. And tough kid. He's also undefeated in the UFC right now at the bantamweight division. He's got a bright future. And that was the main thing. Those are the main guys. Marab's my main guy. Dennis and Delemy Steve. And like I said, we got a small team. We don't have a lot of big guys out of this gym, but we get the job done.
Last question I had was, what do you think about Hamzat?
I think he's a stud, man.
Crazy, right?
And I think he finally fought someone that was going to give him some pushback. Because there was no way in hell Gilbert Burns was going to get ran through like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, Gilbert's not that guy. And unless Hamzat is really that godly, I'm like, he's another man just like anybody else. And I think that's the way I break it down. Same thing with Jan. I was trying to tell people, like, dude, you guys realize he is a human being, and if I take him down, he is going nowhere. Same thing. So he's a stud. I'm looking forward to his next one.
Me too.
He took some big shots, and
I don't think
landed
he's
some
going to
big
get
shots.
a title fight his next one, though. I don't.
No, I think it's going to probably be like Kobe or maybe even Bilal.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Bilal Muhammad.
I got 2 more questions. Sorry, it's long. It's
we're all good.
2 things. 1, day of the fight. What do you eat? What do you like? When you wake up, you ever wake up like, kind of feel like shit today, or it's like, because I would always be nervous. What happens if you cough during the middle? You gotta take a shit at 2 a.m. Like, oh fuck, I'm not sleeping.
Well, I mean, all that does happen, but the day of the fight
done
is
it
still
so many
like,
times.
yeah, like you kind of know what to expect already. I mean, even for wrestling, it's very, very similar, like cutting weight and rehydrating. But the difference with wrestling is like we can't cut that much because we compete like an hour or 2 hours later. You know, so for this, we have a whole
Seemed
24
like you had
hours,
a hard weight
even
cut.
longer. I always do, man.
Yeah.
It's never fun. I did 8 pounds for the last one the night before.
What?
And then this one I did 9.5, and I was
night
like, how is it
before?
getting worse? Like, we should be going the other direction.
The night before?
The night before, Thursday night. Yeah, we started the weight cut about like 9:30. I got a whole bunch of video like on my
taking
blogs and stuff on
Pepto-Bismol
like
or something?
Nah. We just dehydrate ourselves like severely.
That's nuts.
That's
and we
crazy.
documented the whole thing on my YouTube channel. Just posting all the stuff, what it's like behind the scenes, cutting the weight, where my weight's at after being in the sauna blanket for an hour, losing 4 pounds, and the next session only losing a pound, and the next session only losing a pound. Dude, it's time for bed. But yeah.
Holy shit,
So
that's
it's
crazy.
a little rough. And I had 2 pounds. I stopped with 2 pounds left in the morning, and then I floated a pound. I only had to do a pound in the morning. Then I got to get right on the scale. So
That's fucking nuts.
crazy.
And to get you out of here, you think you're gonna fight again this year?
I would like to. You know,
like
my
to?
goal was to fight 3 times this year. If I had fought in March, that would have been more ideal,
Yeah.
or should I say more realistic. Now trying to squeeze 2 more fights in. I don't want to see a wrestling room. I don't want to see any type of mat or gym for another 2-3 weeks because
Fuck it.
I had a long 13 months rehab, recovery, just trying to do everything, be diligent and do my part to get to the fight as best and as healthy as I could. So doing that, man, it's kind of a mental fuck. You just kind of lose a little bit of the passion for it because this was my second surgery back to back where I was out for a year before I fought again. So this one took a toll on me, especially with all the trash talk and all these people saying all
That had to be the most annoying part. That
because you can't do anything.
Yeah,
I'm literally trying to recover here.
Yeah.
You guys are talking and I can't smack you in the face, or should I say I can't smack him in the face to shut you guys up. So being able to get back and just win or lose, I was gonna take a decompression month and just kind of just hang out. Normally I'm back training within 2 weeks. Right now I'd be back training casually, but I'm nah, man, I need a break and just become a everyday civilian, just hang out. So
just be normal for a second.
yeah, and forget what that felt like,
That's fucking
I
crazy.
got one last thing.
Go for it, Jerry.
What and this is no disrespect. This is respect. What nationality is your girlfriend?
She's Salvadorian.
Fiance. Wow, beautiful.
A lot of people think she's white. I get a lot of people that go oh, you date a white girl. I'm like, even if I did, what's the problem? I like what I like.
Yeah, get off me.
The heck?
She's nice. She's nice. She's nice.
She's a good one. She's a good one.
All right, that's the interview. Aljamain Sterling, check out your YouTube.
Oh yeah, for Funkmaster MMA.
Yep, check out his YouTube because I'm gonna watch that because that's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
I need to see what that's about. I appreciate you being on. That was fucking awesome. And I can't wait for your next fight to beat the fuck out of him. And you'll see me on Long Island because I'm gonna get in that ring with you and
That'd
see
be good.
see
That'd be
how
fun.
long I last. All right, that's the show. See you guys. Thank you.